Hello and a very warm welcome to Healing Hand Services. My name is Julie-Sian and here we are for Monday the 22nd of February 2021 for the card for the day. The deck I am using are the Angel Tarot deck by Radleigh Valentine, and we've got cards here. So we sit here, we ground ourselves and we connect with our angels and archangels, spirits and guides, and a card has straight away fallen out. So we don't even need to do any more shuffling. We have the card Awakening. The main point about this card, though, if you do the main tarot, this would be the Hangman. But this is the awakening, because you are starting to realize that there are different ways of looking at things. As you can see, he's sort of hanging upside down, but he's also looking to the side and he's on his way up. And it's almost as if, yes, look at things from a different perspective. A temporary standstill, it's important to be yourself, because yes, he's upside down and it's like, oh my God, I'm upside down, you know, because he's been going one way. And now he's flipped himself upside down. And then it's like you sit there for a minute and then you pull on your tummy muscles and you get yourself back up again. But it takes a second to get back up again. So he's having a look around at things at a different angle. And this is what people have been asking to do, because you're now realizing you're having to look at life differently. Absolutely. Since the pandemic, we have now got to look at life things differently and start doing things and start acting, because he can stand there upside down, or he can pull in on his muscles, on his tummy muscles, and the action himself, actually do a motion to move him standing up straight. But this is usually the awakening card. It's all about suddenly having a pause. You know, I'm going along in my life, I'm doing this, doing that, and knowing that there's something not right, or you're not happy about something. And you know, there's so many aspects in your life. There's your finance, your work, your health, your wealth, your family, your relationships, your hobby, your time out, your vacations, and so on and so forth. Your life is made up of so many different things. You've got your partners, you've got your kids, whoever, you've got your work colleagues, you've got your best friends, you've got acquaintances. You know, you've got absolutely everything. You've got all your material needs, you know, you've got your cars, your phones, the roof over your head or not, or, you know, there's so many different aspects. You know, do you work for someone? Do you run your own business? Do you work for yourself? Are you self-employed? You know, do you work? Are you unemployed? You know, or are you, you're not able to work yet? But it's just like, we've got this pandemic on, okay, and we've now got to, you know, we're going through so long, and it's like, I think the end may possibly in sight, where we could start getting some normality. But it's realizing that even once we've got the normality back, things are going to be so different, and we have to embrace life differently. And we've got to awaken ourselves to the fact that we've got to look at life so completely different. It is different. We have to think differently. We've got to work differently. And, you know, just embrace the change and just say, yes, I'm awoken to the fact that things are different, and I have to look outside that box. We have to step outside and realize that also that the only person who can do anything is yourself. Because the only person who can move himself into a different position is himself. There's no one else around. And that's when you suddenly realize that, yeah, you know, you're a person, but we're all united together, but you're all individual person. And if you want anything to happen, you have to action. Yes, sometimes those actions require the need of the help of others. Say you are poorly and you're ill, so you realize, I'm not well. I've tried to help myself at home, but I'm really poorly. So therefore, I think I need to go to a doctor. So you go for advice, and the doctor says, you know, yes, you've got, say, an infection. I will give you some antibiotics. He prescribes the antibiotics. You've got the choice to go and pick up those antibiotics. But if you don't take those antibiotics, you'll either get worse, or if you take them, you could get better. But it's an action. All right. So you've got to do it. You've got to take those antibiotics. You have to go and sort of ring the doctor. The doctor doesn't know. He's sitting there in his office going, oh, is little Joe Brown ill today? Maybe I better ring him and see if he's okay. It doesn't happen like that. You have to action it. And yes, you are like I said, some of the effects we are, we've got outside elements around us, but we are responsible for our reactions or non-inactions. We are responsible for our thoughts or not of thoughts. We are responsible for everything that is going on. And when you suddenly realize, some of the, like I said, some things that have happened to us, we're in situations that are out of our control, but we are now learning that this thing has happened. I was out of control. I was in a relationship where he was abusive, but I've got the choice now. I've got over it. I can now grow and expand from it and learn my lesson from that and move on and embrace it. You lost your job, your business in the pandemic, which, is your years and years of hard work and things like that. But then it's just like, now what do you do? And yes, okay, you've got the emotional stress of going on, I've lost my business and I don't know where I'm moneying going on and stuff like that. Well, maybe this is the time to go, right, this has happened. What am I going to do about it? Maybe it's time to go, I'm in the depths. I don't know where to go, don't know what to do. Maybe it's time to take a pause for a moment and just go, right, focus. I liked my business. It was going on very well until the pandemic. It was because of the outside effects of the pandemic that caused it to close down. Now, we have got the pandemic is starting to, easing restrictions will be coming up in the end of March, April time. You can then start now thinking, well, do I start up the business again? Do I start a business up in a different way? Do I make retirement? Do I go and get a job and work for someone else? Or if I did do a job again, look back on what you did with your business. You did, okay, you've done years and years of building up, but you now know how to run the business. When you first set up the business, you didn't know. So you got those new experiences that you can use and utilize. And it's like learning to go, I'm awakening to the situation and awakening to look at things in a different way. And yes, I'm going to embrace it. And it's saying, look at things from a different perspective. Okay. Some perspectives, you're saying, in the pandemic, I've lost a loved one. They died of COVID. How can I look at that from a different perspective? Which is a very hard thing to do, but it's just like, rejoice that person's life. And they have gone, and you've got to go through the grief process, the loss, the anger, all that process. But you will process eventually. Okay. And then you will learn and move on, and then learn to enjoy and have happy memories, concentrate on the happy memories. A temporary standstill. This is because we are in a temporary standstill. A lot of people's lives are on hold. So many people's lives are on hold. Other people have been blessed that they've actually been able to embrace and move on a little bit and change their business to adapt to the times. And this is what it is. We are having to adapt to the new times. This is an awakening. Wake up, they're saying, your angels and guides, wake up. We have a new way of living now. And this is what they're saying to you. You need to wake up and start preparing yourself for a new way of living. And just, accept, okay, the pandemic is over, coming to an end, say if we're allowed out May, June, July, I don't know. But even when you're out, people are still going to be wearing masks, and people will still wear masks for years to come. Just accept it. Okay, it's just going to be the new thing. Awaken up to it. Also awaken, to the fact that everyone's gone online. There's so many things going on Facebook and on TikTok and YouTube and on Zoom and, all the meetings and business. And many years ago, you would have said to your boss, I'd love to work from home. No, impossible, can't work from home. Possible, no way. I remember working as a hospital secretary going, I'd love to work from home. No, impossible, can't possibly work from home. No way you can do it. Do you know what? My local hospital where I work now, virtually all the secretaries have been given computers and they all work a couple of days a week at home. They do You know, some will work in the office and then some will work and they swap it. But a lot of the secretaries now are working from home. Now, many years ago, I put this forward. I go, it'd be really great, you know, to work from home a couple of days a week, have a computer there. No, impossible. And here we are. They've embraced it and they changed it. So it's just like things do change. And they've got to embrace it. And we've got the modern day technology. And you're awakening to the wonderful opportunities that are around there and embrace them. And yes, we are still at a standstill because of the pandemic, but the pandemic is beginning to move on. The restrictions are beginning to move on. You look around the world, all the, I was looking on the news in Florida in America about how they've really eased up the restrictions and people are back in cafes and in Australia and places. So yeah, and even in China where it started, woohoo! So you have a look around and things are beginning to shift. But we have to embrace that life is different and awaken up and to say, yes, we've been in a massive standstill. When you awaken, things are going to be so different. Be awake to this difference and be ready to embrace. And it's important to be yourself during this time of standstill. Time to look within. What is it that you want? And I know this may sound very, very selfish because we're always taught to think of others first. But just think, when you get a pond, a nice smooth pond, and you're the stone and you're the centerpiece and you drop it in and it has a ripple effect. So how the stone lands, it will affect everyone else. So if that little stone is a happy little stone, it ripples out and it's happy to everyone else. Because when you're looking for serenity, you don't want serenity from the outside edge of the pond because that just stops the vibration. You want to be the serenity stone inside. And what we're really happy. And it's now saying to you, awaken to what is your real dreams? What is your goals? This is giving you a chance. You know, life has had an upset. It's a change. Do you want, because, you know, you may have been saying, oh, I've been running my business and but it's been stressing you out and making you ill. But maybe it's now time to go, you know what? Hey, don't want that anymore. I want to retire, or I want to change my business. I want to go and retrain to do something else. But you need to look at yourself and go, what is, reevaluate my goals, reevaluate my dreams, and what is it that I really want? Yes, I've spoken to this about before, you know, go, well, I just want to be happy. What will make you happy? Waking up on a Monday morning, going to do, oh, I'm going to work with animals today. Yay. Or I'm going to do the bookkeeping, or I'm going to be an artist. I'm going to be a creator, create things. What would really matter? Or, you know, your goal is, well, you know, I wanted to retire at the age of 50 and you're 45. Okay, let's see. You know, that's what your dream is. What are you going to do for the next 5 years? And start actioning that plan so it happens. Okay, what will make you happy? Now, it's no good saying, oh, I just want to be happy. And you go, yeah, what would make you happy? Sitting in front of a telly every day for the next 5 years? You soon get bored doing that. So just think, you know, yes, that is a feeling. I want to be happy. But to, in order yourself to be happy, you need to action it. Action. What actions are going to cause you to help you feel happy and loved and serene inside? So this is the awakening card telling you to waken up, look at things from a different perspective. It's exciting times, exciting times. But remember, you have to action it. You say, oh, I'm in a situation that can't happen because I've got all these other control. Stand up and go, right, well, I feel I'm out of control. I feel as if I'm overwhelmed with things. Take it in. Write it down. Be old-fashioned. Get a pen and paper. I highly recommend it. Pen and paper, and write on a bit of paper what makes you happy, what makes you sad. Write down everything that's constraining you, stopping you from moving on, and look and see what you can do. You know, you want to have a promotion at job. You know, I want to earn more money and I'm in a job. Have you actually taken time out and made an appointment with your manager and go, look, I've been here for 10 years. Look at all my experience. Think it's time for a pay rise. And they'll go, well, we can't possibly afford that. And you go, okay, fine. Or is a promotion available? But start speaking to them and saying that I want more responsibility. And with that responsibility, I want the more money because I want you to recognize my skills, my expertise. And if they can't offer it, to say to them, right, well, there's other companies out there. They're not the one and only company. There are other companies who will respect you, and then silently in the background, start making movements to change jobs. It's the pandemic that's going, no, don't use that as an excuse. There's lots of things out there. So, but it's saying, think outside the box, look at things from a different angle, look to within to see what you want to do. And remember, it is you who can do the change. What an amazing card for a Monday morning, because we're the start of a brand new week. We're nearly at the end of a month. So for the last 7 days of the month, look at things from a different angle. And then when we hit March, you're looking at it from a completely different angle. You've embraced the change and go, yes, I've awakened. I've realized life is different and I'm embracing it instead of being sad and melancholy about it. Have an amazing Monday, waking up to a wonderful world. If you've enjoyed the reading, don't forget to press subscribe. If you'd like to book your own reading for me, message me below. The links are all below. Have an amazing Monday. Take care. Namaste.